YouTube, what's up? JP here. So we are working on my Jaguar F-Type R 2016. We got the Maxton Design front race splitter. This one's ABS plastic. On their website, it does look like they have an option to select carbon. It's only $261, but you do have to pre-order it. It took about 3 months to get here. So we're gonna go ahead and open this thing up. And then we'll get the Jaguar in here and we'll kind of go from there. But let's take a look so far what we got. This thing came really nicely packaged. I've already opened it. So came fully bubble wrapped, so every edge was protected. It's got a nice gloss finish under this clear, or semi-gloss finish under this clear protective layer. The bottom side, it's not protected because that'll be under the car. So it does come with the rods, spacers. The edges do need to be cleaned up, but that's, I mean, it's just plastic. It rubs right off. All the bolts. The only thing it does not come with is any kind of instructions, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. These holes should go where your factory holes go. So we'll get this splitter out. We'll get the Jaguar in here, get it up on the lift. Alright, here is the splitter in all its glory. So, pretty self-explanatory. Try to get the camera angle right for you. So, you have these deep ones here with triple holes are going to be, these are going to be your spacers for those. Like so. That's going to be your spacers for those. Your shorter ones, let's say here and here, are going to be your shorters, like this. Your angled ones are going to go where the angle is, so we just got to figure that one out. Right, looks like here. Yeah. So, and then this would be like so, to follow that angle there. So it looks like there's, let's see, 2 or 3 spacers per each unit. Now I don't know down here what spacers go down at the very ends yet. So, but this is how it's going to be set up. Most of this fray stuff is actually just that clear coat. So we're going to peel all this off, get it all prepped and ready to get installed. Then we're going to take off the old front air dam. These spacers are important because this has a transverse, basically a horizontal cooler, secondary cooler from the bottom side, so you need to still have air to be able to go up through that air dam that's underneath the stock car. We'll show you here. Here's that cooler, so you need to be able to get air into these ducts. So we're going to remove this. So it's going to be a triple stack like that as spacers. It looks like this very end hole here does not need a spacer because it's goes to this hole here, which if you look comes down. So this, the amount this comes down is equal to those 3 spacers. So Okay, so looks like we're going to end up having to pull this front clip more than likely to get to our bolts. Only because we're going to have to drill into all this. So what I've done is, originally I took these off, the little side wings, but it actually uses the side wing. And then you're going to reuse 2 stock bolts. And then you're going to leave, you do this bolt, take this bolt out, leave this bolt, take this bolt out, leave this bolt, and then this secondary one lines up, and you can see that lines up with the holes in the new splitter, which will go through the spacers. Like I said, we're going to end up having to take the fender liners out so we can reach in there. I think that's going to be the easiest way. The front side's going to be interesting. Hoping not to have to take the whole front clip off the car. Not that it's super hard, but it's just time consuming, so. Alright, you guys, so what I'm doing, this front bolt on the second one in, it can go in the stock hole. You're still going to have to put a nut and washer on it, but it can grab into the bumper, so you can use that as a guide to hold it. But for these ones here, what I'm doing, see if I can get underneath, what I'm doing is I'm taking one of the bolts and I'm holding the rear hole and drilling the front hole, and then removing it, putting the bolt and holding it all the way into the new hole I just drilled, like that, and then taking the drill bit to drill the rear hole, so that way I ensure that they actually line up when this thing's pressed nice and tightly all the way up like that. So that is how we're doing it, and it's working really well. So alright, so I got the bumper cover flipped. We got everything back on. It says learning process for us. Okay, everything's back on. Sitting upside down, I put down a towel so nothing gets damaged or scratched. All your bolts can go back in. I lost one bolt somewhere, so I left it out there because it's the easiest to get to. It's one of these, but these will be covered by the new splitter. So I left the one that I can get to out. I'll look around on the floor. I heard something fall, so it's somewhere around here. It looks like you can use these wind directors here. I think it's going to still fit with the splitter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the splitter on. Oh, look, see? There's the bolt. We're going to put the splitter on, and we're going to be able to get to all of our needed bolts down from underneath, because a couple of them come through, where are we at? In here, so we can actually get to the nuts and bolts. What I did have to do, make sure you get stainless. I had to go down and get 10 extra long. These are, I think, 30 millimeter, I think. They're an M5 by 20, but I had to get longer ones for the very front bolts, because the ones that came with kit don't fit. So. Alright, you can see the longer bolts really help with getting in there. You just have to be careful because some of the side walls, like that one, I had to trim the little support wall, but there you guys have it. The splitter is on there. Now we can do the push rods for the front splitter while we have the grill off so we can see where we're drilling. All right. So I think I want to go to that furthest point forward, say at least about there, and then maybe right there. Just gonna eyeball it. Okay. Just shy of that. Okay. Okay. Those are started. Perfectly even on both sides. Make sure there's nothing behind us. And actually get to that area. There you go. Get some washers. Alright. Drive me nuts. Okay. All right. So. It's pretty much straight across. Down just a hair. So, we did this right. Pretty much. Very close. Okay. Alright, you guys, so I got the front clip back on. Again, it's the 6 bolts here, 2 at the top of the headlights, the 4 on the bottom side of the skid plate. I got these adjusted pretty even on both sides. So we'll fine tune it once it's level on the ground after we take it for a drive and the suspension settles back down. We'll make sure the front clip is even and we don't have it pulling up or pushing down too much. So but yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.